Optimal Revenue Management System, VAT Return. This video is a step-by-step demonstration on how to complete the new value-added tax return. But before we delve into that, there are a few points to note. The due date for submitting this return and the VAT on imported services return at the moment is 15 working days of every month. Nevertheless, you are encouraged to file as early as possible. This return must be submitted through e-services or the Commissioner General of the Guyana Revenue Authority at one of GRA's offices or PO Box 10406. And finally, the return and all supporting documents must be submitted. All spaces in the form should be completed, where if a line item is not applicable, you should write none or 0 if the item is in a numeric field. Failure to do so could result in any inquiry and delay in processing of your return. Now with that out of the way, let's begin. VAT return. At the top of the return, enter the year and month of the period this return covers. If this return is an amendment to a return previously submitted, tick the amendment box. Moving on to the taxpayer information section, enter the taxpayer identification number, name, and address of the business. If the details for the specific line item has changed recently or is different from what information the GRA has, fill in the correct information in the line item and tick the changed box. For the return details section, if the business had 0 transactions during this period, tick yes. Otherwise, tick the no box. If the business have credits from previous months according to the VAT Act 3 months prior, enter this amount in line 5. Tax computation, input tax credits claimed for this period. To complete the tax computation of the VAT return, we will work on a simple example. Please note, this demonstration only relates to the example provided. You are required to adjust the necessary figures as it suits your business. Mark Singh, Inc., TIN 012345678, retailer of women's garments and fuel supplier, is urgently in need of an accountant to prepare the company's VAT returns for the period August 2018. The company was registered for VAT effective August 2018. Garment sales for August 2018 was $25 million and fuel sales were $65 million. Zero-rated purchases was $1.5 million and local standard-rated purchases of garments was $6 million VAT inclusive. Import of standard-rated garment-related items were $10 million VAT inclusive. Other standard-rated purchases include office supplies, accountant fees, and internet services totaling $180,000. Purchase of exempt supplies were $70 million. Bear in mind, there was VAT paid on garment-related items purchased in June 2018, which was $3 million, and the taxpayer charged VAT on the supply of all garments. To begin, we must distinguish whether garments and fuel are zero-rated, exempt from VAT, or standard rated. Garments are standard rated at 14%, while fuel is exempt. After completing the taxpayer information, insert $3 million in line 5, VAT credits from previous months. In line 6, enter $1.5 million in zero-rated purchases and $70 million in line 7, exempt purchases. Line 8 calls for standard-rated purchases excluding VAT. The accountant or return preparer is required to find the principal amount of standard-rated purchases. This will include a garment sales at $6 million, the import of standard-rated garment-related items that is $10 million, and the other standard-rated purchases. To gain the principal amount for the first 2 figures, we apply the VAT fraction, 7/57, and minus it from the net amount. When we exclude VAT from $6 million, it will equal $5,263,158. Likewise, for $10 million, it will equal $8,771,930. The principal VAT is stated for the other standard-rated purchases, therefore we include $180,000. Then when we add all the principal figures together, we will get a total for line 8, which is $14,188,088. It is that simple. Moving on to line 9, VAT claimed on the local supply of goods and services acquired solely for making taxable supplies, we must take out the VAT from the supply of garment sales, $6 million, and state the principal amounts using the VAT fraction. That total is $736,842. In line 10, we must find the VAT claimed on import of goods and services acquired solely for making taxable supplies. That is the import of standard rated garment-related items, which was $10 million. Using the VAT fraction, that total is $1,228,070. Next, in line 11 and 12, the company incurred 0 VAT claims on the local supply of goods and services acquired for making mixed supplies, and VAT on the import of goods and services acquired for making mixed supplies. The good news is the company is entitled to include the $3 million for the VAT paid on garment-related items purchased in June 2018. Therefore, we enter that figure in line 13. Add lines 9 to 13 and insert the total input VAT, which is $4,964,912. Tax computation, output tax charged for this period. Mark Singh Inc. had no zero-rated sales for this period. Therefore, we enter 0 in line 15. As mentioned before, fuel is exempt from VAT. Therefore, we enter $65 million in line 16. In line 17, we must state the standard rated sales, excluding VAT, which is the $25 million from garment sales. Line 18 requires us to state the VAT charge on goods and services during this period. Therefore, calculate the VAT percentage, 14%, on the taxable sales, $25 million, and this would give us a total of $3,500,000. Add lines 18 to 19 and insert the total output VAT, which is $3.5 million. The company did not have any VAT on any major capital acquisitions nor VAT on goods and services acquired for making mixed supplies for lines 21 and 22, therefore we enter 0. If line 20 is greater than line 14, enter the difference in line 23, VAT due. In this case, line 14 is greater than line 20. Therefore, the difference is $1,464,912. Enter this amount in line 26, VAT credit carried forward. And that's it. That is how you complete the VAT return form. Where can I find help to fill out these forms? Guides to these forms can be found on the Optimal website, www.gra.gov.gy/optimal. Remember, the declaration section must be completed with your first and last name, signature, title, and date. Thanks for watching.